welcome to a historic day at Missouri State University West Plains. We are pleased to be joined by the faculty, staff, and students, Administrative Council, Brent Dunn, Vice President of Advancement and Executive Director of the Missouri State University Foundation in Springfield, Wendy Ferguson, where's Wendy? There she is. Director of Planned and Corporate Giving at Missouri State University Foundation, members of our own Development Board on the West Plains campus, Chancellor's Advisory Board, the Executive Board at the Grizzly Booster Club, former Chancellors, Dr. Marvin Looney is with us, and several special guests that I'd like to introduce now. First, I'd like to introduce you to Bob and Eva Thompson of West Plains. We're so glad to have you here today. I'd like to introduce you to Evelyn Vetter. Evelyn used to be the former librarian at the Garnett Library here on this campus. And finally, I'd like to introduce you to Bill Perkins of Koshkonong. Bill is an attorney in affairs. Why these people are special will become evident as I tell you the story. It's a good story, and it's one worth repeating. We are here today to honor and celebrate Laureen Thompson Brooks, a native of Koshkonong, Missouri, and younger sister to Bob Thompson of West Plains. Mrs. Brooks became acquainted with Missouri State University West Plains many years ago when her brother Bob introduced her to then librarian of the Garnett Library, Evelyn Vetter. Mrs. Brooks' only child and daughter, Deidre Perkins, had recently passed away, and at the suggestion of her first husband's nephew, Bill Perkins, Mrs. Brooks donated Deidre's extensive book collection to the Garnett Library. Mrs. Vetter and Mrs. Brooks maintained a correspondence and developed a relationship that resulted in Mrs. Brooks giving 2 more monetary gifts to the Garnett Library. Several years later, during a visit to West Plains from her home in Austin, Texas, Mrs. Brooks and her brother Bob called Bob's golfing friend, Dean of Student Services, Dr. Herb Lunday, met him on campus, took a tour, and further solidified Mrs. Brooks' relationship with our campus. Even before her death in December 2010, Mrs. Brooks made a third and final gift to the library she loved so well. Since her death, Bob Thompson and I have served as co-executors of her will and have been working closely with her attorney, Fleur Christensen of Austin, Texas. Bob, it's been a pleasure.
Same here.
And I thank you for allowing me the honor and the privilege of sharing in this significant experience. Now you know the story. With that preface, please allow me to introduce our Chancellor, Drew Bennett, who will make this historical announcement.
Today, we are announcing that Mrs. Laureen Brooks has left her entire estate of $4 million to Missouri State University West Plains to fund need-based scholarships. For the unveiling of this.
That sign.
Somebody there? Oh.
Thank you.
As you can see, she's the good looking one.
This is the single largest gift to Missouri State University West Plains and the single largest scholarship gift ever given to Missouri State University system. Mrs. Brooks has left a lasting legacy with this magnificent estate gift. She was passionate about helping students with financial need achieve a college education. And this historic gift will do just that by allowing us to fully endow our Core of Opportunity program, which will double the number of students benefiting from this program. This gift also will fully cover the cost of 2 Grizzly athletic scholarships, which is very fitting because Mrs. Brooks was a real fan of collegiate athletics. A gift of this magnitude is both humbling and inspiring. It's important to highlight that Mrs. Brooks believed Missouri State University West Plains worthy of such a gift. The things we do every day to help students succeed are not only recognized by organizations like the Aspen Institute, which selected our campus as one of those in the top 10% of all two-year schools, but our efforts are also realized by citizens who want to improve life in the Ozarks. With her vision and generosity, Mrs. Brooks has left a legacy that will change lives in our rural region. Students who could never have pursued higher education opportunities will be given the chance to go to school. It's inspiring that a woman who grew up in nearby Koshkonong, yet spent most of her adult life in Austin, Texas, would remember that many of our students here need an extra boost. She has invested in her roots and has truly left a gift that keeps on giving, and her spirit lives on, and we thank her and her family. And I'd now like to turn the podium over to Mr. Brent Dunn to speak on behalf of Missouri State University Foundation.
On behalf of our Board of Trustees of the Missouri State Foundation and the Missouri State System and our interim president, Cliff Smart, this is a very, very special day, one that we'll remember. But we're really not here celebrating that West Plains has received the largest gift ever. Or we're not really celebrating that this is the single largest scholarship gift to the Missouri State University in their history. But we're celebrating really the impact that this gift will have. You know, need-based scholarships are so crucial, and especially during this time. And we all know about the state's budget, not the best in the nation. We're struggling from state appropriations, and not only here, but about every state in the country. And the cost of higher education continues to go up, but we need to provide that access to students. So this comes at as a very good time to help students, and need-based scholarships are key. You know, I'm a graduate of Missouri State, but I understand because I was a need-based student and received scholarships, and that is key. This gift will determine whether a student goes to college or not. While Lorraine Brooks is no longer with us, she will live forever here in the students of West Plains. You know, what a noble thing to do, to make a difference in something even after you're gone, and her forethought in doing this is really to be commended. You know, West Plains, Missouri, the United States, the world, we all need education, and Mrs. Brooks is making a difference in the lives of students for some time to come now. And West Plains is a better campus because of her. And you know, this is a significant gift, but and as we've had significant gifts before, this one I think I'll always remember forever when you announced the gift and to look into your faces, because it is a special moment that this has occurred, and that just think of the countless lives that will be affected from this day from here to come forward. So on behalf again of the foundation, this is a great day to celebrate.
relationships that faculty and staff have with others in the community are instrumental in building connections to Missouri State University West Plains. We are grateful to those university employees who established a friendship with Mrs. Brooks and communicated the importance of this campus in our rural region. We also want to extend a special thanks to Bob and Eva Thompson for helping bring this gift to fruition. It is indeed a momentous day at Missouri State University West Plains. Now I'd like to ask for the following people to please gather around the podium for a photograph. And after the photograph, we encourage you all to stay around and visit, but we will be setting up for our regular development board luncheon and meetings. So if you kind of make room for our staff to come back. But would Bob and Eva and Dr. Bennett and Brent please come up where we can